evening, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Hello, we are the Champions of Chance. It's another opportunity for the Polyhedron Collider to play some D&D. Tonight we have myself as Xanhorn the Bard. We have, unfortunately, no Rory Summers as Haval the Paladin because he has family duties to take care of. We have Paul Ralph as Cenza the Cleric.
Hello.
We have Ben Hopper as Benjin the Barbarian, and most importantly, we have our benevolent DM, Steve. So, Steve, if you'd like to step into the torchlight and give us a quick recap on the story so far.
Okay, so with giant attacks happening all over the Sword Coast, you headed to Waterdeep, where there was a giant castle in the sky. You found out this was actually just a distraction for the real attack, which is going to be happening at Neverwinter, where a giant castle was attacking to try and gain control of a orb of dragonkind. So you popped through the Harper's teleportation system, which you've now been given access to, and teleported to Neverwinter, where you went to the halls of knowledge for information about where you might be able to find this orb of dragonkind, only to be told that the only reference to this item is a painting in the basement of the halls of knowledge. After much haranguing, first of all, you found out one of the paintings was missing. There was a series of paintings, and in the middle, there was a painting in the middle with a 5 dragons holding this dragon orb. And rather than having 5 paintings surrounded, it was 4, and an obvious one missing. You traced this down to the house of one Mrs. Cockwind, the auntie of the Champions of Chance resident thief.
Masters of Fate, you mean?
Master of Fate, sorry, resident thief. You convinced her to borrow the painting, you brought it back, and you found out that by touching the picture frames and saying a command word, you could be teleported inside the painting. Now, due to happenstance, you all got teleported into separate paintings. So, Benjin kind of completed his painting, which was he rescued a princess from the top of a tower. Yeah. Cenza completed his painting as he completed a puzzle involving Christmas presents on the floor. And we now go to Xanhorn, who got sucked into his painting. Do you remember which painting you were sucked into?
It was the red one, according to my notes.
The red one.
So, as it was described before, there was an empty cage, some kids running around looking upset, and a man who'd fallen over. If my notes are right.
Yes. So you appear in the middle of like an open plaza. And it appears like you're actually, from what you've seen, in an area of Neverwinter, so it looks vaguely familiar. And you can see the halls of knowledge off in the distance.
Okay.
But you're outside a pub called the Bad Habits Pub. But nearby is a large cage with its door wide open. Next to the cage lies a man with a bloody head. And there's lots of children who are kind of crying and some running around screaming, going, "They took our bear!"
Oh. I will head over to the guy that's on the floor and check if he's alive.
He's alive, but it seems like he's taken a pretty nasty hit to the head. The wound's bleeding, and it seems like it's made him quite woozy.
Is he conscious?
He is, but he's kind of holding his head in his hands.
I'll put a hand gently on his shoulder and say, "Are you okay, good sir?"
He just kind of goes, "Yeah. Ow.
What happened here?"
Don't know. Ow."
Can I cast a healing word on him to recover him a little bit?
Yes.
Is that going to go? Ah, yes.
Okay. So you cast Healing Word, and the bleeding stops, and the wound closes, and he seems to gain a bit of coherence. He looks towards the cage and sees the empty cage, and also looks on the floor, and there's a musical instrument that appears to be like a hurdy-gurdy. If you've seen a hurdy-gurdy,
What?
it's like a string instrument with a wind-up handle.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like a smashed hurdy-gurdy on the floor. So he kind of just goes, "Oh, these guys just came from nowhere," and just he points off towards the docks. Oh, they went that way, I think.
Okay. The instrument, does that look repairable, or is it?
It's completely smashed. All the mechanism and the strings are broken, and then it's in pieces basically.
Interesting.
By the way, we're getting some questions on the chat about a hurdy-gurdy. A hurdy-gurdy,
Yeah.
a traditional instrument. I think it's actually from northern France, and it's a medieval instrument, and it looks like a violin, but a box with a wind-up handle. And bizarrely, it sounds like bagpipes.
Yeah. If you watch any of the videos on YouTube about the game, the pirate game that's recently come out, which whose name I've completely forgotten, but you can play one there.
Yeah. So,
Sea of Thieves, that's it.
Yes. So, Xanhorn, what are you doing?
Okay, so there's nothing left in the remains that looks like it's worth picking up. It's just splintered bits.
Yeah, just smashed to pieces.
Then I will try and stop one of the kids and say, are you okay? What happened here?
She goes, "Oh," you stop a little girl, and she goes, "Oh, well, we're okay, but they hurt Walter." Points to the man you've just been speaking to. And then they took the bear. She points back towards the docks again. He goes, "They went that way. Please, mister, you have to save our bear."
Okay. Very well. How many of them were there?
5 of them? 6 of them?
Okay. I'll see what I can do. You said there was a pub nearby called...
Yes. Called the Bad Habit pub.
Can I pop my head in there on my way towards the docks?
It is in the opposite direction, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pop my head in there first.
Okay. It's a tavern. There's some people sitting around drinking beer.
Okay. I'll just wander up to the barman and say, "Excuse me, did you see the fracas that was outside, and where apparently a bear was stolen?"
Oh, they didn't take Walter's bear, did they?
Apparently so.
Ooh. No, didn't see anything. All happened outside.
Right.
we had a scream, we had a shout. That was it.
Fair enough. At that point, Xanhorn looks slightly confused and then walk back out. Like, I guess I'll go to the docks then.
Okay, you head down to the docks and you see like a small sloop, which is moored up. But it looks like there's a flurry of activity on board as people are starting to, bring in the gangplanks and cast off. And that's the only boat you can see on the docks.
I will try and board it, I guess.
Okay, so they're actually pulling the gangplank in as you approach.
Whoa, hold on.
All the guys are kind of on it, are in a flurry of activity, and they've pulled off the ropes. The gangplank's going down, and he goes, "What?
I'm missing a bear."
That you are.
My dear friend was attacked and his bear stolen. I need it back.
Good luck with that.
You have the bear?
What the difference is it to us? And as they're doing this, they're pulling back the gangplank, and you can see a little bit of wind starting to unfurl the sails.
Is there any ropes trailing or anything like that I think I could grab hold of to...
You could probably, if you're quick, jump onto the gangplank.
I will do that then.
Make an athletics check. So you nimbly leap off the dockside onto this retracting gangplank and walk up onto the deck.
I'll spring up and put my hand on the butt of my rapier and say, as I was saying, I need my bear back.
Unfortunately, they don't seem very happy that you've asked for your bear back. And everyone draws their cutlasses.
Crap. Do I see any sign of the bear?
No, not on deck, no.
Okay.
No, I need to find your character sheet. Character token, where are you? Copy. There you go. Right, roll for initiative.
This is going to go badly.
So this is all happening at the same time as we're doing ours, isn't it?
Yes.
So we can't stand there watching and pointing and laughing.
No, you can't because you're not there. Okay. You have the initiative.
Surprising. Can I run up to... Is this chap over here on the right? Come on. Is that the kind of captain looking type chap?
Appears to be, yeah. The rest of the guys, whereas these three guys are like manning the rigging, manning the wheel, so he should really be there, and he's doing the capstan to raise the anchor. So this one here, sorry, I'm pointing at things that are actually clicking, aren't I? So this one's manning the rigging, this one's manning the capstan, and this one's manning the wheel. So they're all, come on, point it. And then this guy in the middle, yeah, he's just walking around shouting orders. So he's either a captain or he's like the main ship's mate.
Can I run up to him, grab hold of him, and get a knife to his throat to try and discourage anyone from making any more moves?
So basically, you're going to get a knife to his throat and ready in action to stab him. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. And shout,
okay.
Everyone, weapons down. All I want is the bear.
Make a intimidation check. Now make a strength check.
Oh dear. This is where it all goes wrong. Strength check. Strength. Oh dear.
Okay. Oh, bugger. Hang on, bear with me.
That was a strength save, not a strength check.
It's more or less the same. Unless he's got proficiency in strength, it doesn't matter.
No, he's got -1.
Oh.
Oh dear. So yeah,
crap.
These guys here all kind of put their weapons to one side, so that the three guys who are manning the rigging, like they put their weapons to one side and take no action. But the guy you put your hand around just basically just elbows you and pushes you to one side.
I'm going to say we're going to have a problem here. All I want's the bear. That's all I'm asking for.
We are going to have a problem here, he says. Either you're going overboard. No, you're going overboard.
What's your interest in the bear? Why are you so bent on taking it?
Oh, your business, pal.
Maybe I could compensate you for it.
Oh, I doubt that.
What are you after?
What are you offering?
Good question. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of good stuff. You guys are clearly setting sail. I have some rations to help you keep going.
Some travelling rations. We've got a ship. We've got a galley full of food, and you're offering us some rations.
All right, that wasn't the best idea then.
Well, you might want to. He points towards like the dock, and the ship has started to move away from the dock. Now he goes, "So got a chance to swim back to docks right now. Much further, it's going to be one hell of a swim."
Well, if it's going to be a swim, it's not going to be for me. Can I try and cast Thunderwave at this point?
You can.
I'm like, if anyone's going for a swim, it's going to be you, pal. And how far away are those guys? Have I got time to dodge to the side and try and get a couple of them?
You were here, so let's assume you were here. So you've used 10 feet of movement to get to where you are.
Mm-hmm. So 15-foot radius. Oh, that's fine. It's going to get the two guys nearest me anyway. I'm just going to give that a shot. Try and knock them overboard with this. And just because I don't think I'm going to get many more shots at doing this, I'm going to cast it at level 2.
Okay. Okay, so you do 8 damage to both of them, and DC 15. So, where's that window gone? It's gone. He does a
Steve, I think it's 16 damage because the way it does the high level cast.
Oh, right, 16 damage. Okay. So the captain saves.
God damn it. This would be much easier with more people to help.
Probably would. And the guy behind doesn't save, so he gets knocked overboard.
Splosh.
But the other guy does take 8 damage, doesn't he?
I didn't want to fight you guys. It's not too late to stop and turn around. I just want the bear.
At this point, the guy just swings at you with his cudgel.
Oh dear. Twice. Well, the first one's a hit.
Okay.
The second one is
thump.
not.
He does you 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow! Okay.
Okay, back to you. Because the other guys are still... the other crew members are still a bit distracted. They haven't taken advantage yet. Because you managed to dissuade them.
Right. Then I've got to do something quick while I still can. I'm going to try and cast Phantasmal Force on the main guy.
Okay.
So I craft an illusion that takes root in his mind. So he needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence saving throw.
Oh dear.
Roll a 3.
So I'm going to make it as though I've now been transformed into essentially something Cthulhu-like. So I'm all tentacles. I'm basically a seafaring person's worst nightmare. The tentacles are out, as said, and I'll shout at the top of my voice in a kind of squiddy kind of way, like, "Give me back the bear!"
Okay. So you do 1d6 psychic damage to him. So roll a d6.
Yep.
So you do 3 damage to him. That only affects him, doesn't it?
That's right.
Okay, so he kind of gibbers then and starts backing away from you in fear.
That's more like it.
But these two guys will rush forward now. So he's going to move there and fire his crossbow at you.
There goes
It's
my
a critical
concentration.
Make a saving throw for your concentration.
It's Constitution, isn't it?
Constitution saving throw, yeah.
Oh!
Yep. And then this guy, 2, 3.
Oh, but I still take
5,
6 damage, right?
6. Yes, you'll still take the damage, yep. And he'll. I think he misses.
Yep.
Okay, back to you.
I would like to. Do I try and push him? Can I try and basically trip him off the side of the boat, push him over?
Which one?
The guy next to me.
Yeah, you have to make a grapple check.
Remind me how I do that.
I'm reminding myself how I do that right now. It's under the combat, so it's rather than attack, you do a grapple.
It's going to be another strength check. It's going to go badly.
Grappling. It's an attack action. It's a special melee attack. If you make an attack, your grapple must be no more than 1 side. Try to seize it by making a grapple check instead of an attack roll. You roll your strength athletics check target against the target's strength or dexterity. So since you're trying to knock him overboard, I reckon it's probably. I'm going to say it's going to be strength, actually.
Just strength
He's
or
got to try and
strength
hold on.
athletics?
For you, it's strength for athletics. For them, it's just strength because that's all they've got.
That's good. Oh, crap.
Rolled a 9. He rolled a 19. So you grab him and try and push him overboard, but he just resists your push.
God damn it. If I can, I'm going to make it as though my tentacles are waving particularly menacing at the
Well, on
ship's
each of your
captain.
turns, you can do another d6 damage.
I shall. I'll make it appear to him as though like the tentacles are like whipping out and lashing at him.
So that's 4 damage. Okay. Whereas these guys, now, right, so this guy right next to you tried to grapple off.
Crap,
Do that, and
hits.
he'll do that.
So I need to do another constitution to
Yeah, and what's your armor class?
15.
And you do another 5 slashing, so you do 2 constitution checks.
Jesus, this is horrible. What's it against?
10.
Okay. Okay.
Back to you, John.
I've got some more thunder waves coming up. And I'll just like slam my hands together in a clap in front of me. And I'll just do this at level 1.
So take it, it's to these two on the edge of the deck, yeah?
Yeah, well, it's anything, I think it's in a 15-foot radius, so it's I
Yeah,
think it only hits them.
Yeah, it's not going to hit him.
Yeah.
Okay, so the one on the left doesn't make you save, and the one on the right does. So he falls off overboard.
Kaplunk.
Boom, splash. And the other guy takes 8 damage.
Oh, it does hit the other one.
Yeah.
It's the
It hits
cube.
him. Sorry?
It's the cube, not a radius, I believe, Thunderwave. As in,
Yeah.
it emanates from you. I think it's all right for them to work.
Let me double check.
It's a cube, so it's directional. It just doesn't come from around you, doesn't it?
Yeah, out from you. That's right. In a 15-foot cube originating from you. So yeah, it'll be the ones in front.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so he's gone overboard. And this guy's still going. Slashes you with his scimitar. Oh, yeah, and you need to roll d6 for
Just
the
about
other
to say,
guy's
hang on a
damage.
minute. So again, I'll make it look like tentacles are whipping out from trying to grab hold of his feet to pull at him in his mind.
Okay, he starts to move even further away from you. Okay, so this guy here attacked you. He hit was 14, so he's still going at you with his scimitar.
Just stop this. I can't do everything at once. I will try and push him again. Seems
Okay.
like the most effective way of dealing with people on this boat.
So
again,
another athletics check.
Oh, that's a bit more like it. Get in.
Splosh overboard.
Right. I will march up to the front of the boat, not by measuring, by actually moving, and say to this guy, last chance. We make back for the port. You give me the bear, and I stop menacing your boat.
he just kind of cowers in front of you at this point. You can tell his mind's been a bit frazzled by the constant psychic attack he's been taking. He just goes down in the hold, and then cowers at the bow.
I'll go and have a look in the hold then.
Okay. There's not much downstairs. Every member of there's no other crew down in below deck. And you can see a bunch of hammocks and a main hold. But in the main hold, kind of at the you see a man who is chained up. But you notice the chains holding him are all made out of silver.
Interesting.
He also looks very, very weak. He can barely lift his head to look at you.
Any sign of the bear? Just this guy.
It's just that guy. That's the only thing. That's the only person down here.
I'll walk a little closer and say, "Are you okay, sir? I was sent to try and find Walter's bear. I believe he'd been taken."
It's just he seems very, very weak. He kind of looks at you through bleary eyes, and then just his head drops again.
Can I try and remove the manacles?
Yeah, they're just bolted. They're not locked. They're not a lock. It's just like a simple pin bolt.
I guess I'll try and release him
then. As soon as both his arms and legs are free of the manacles, his kind of body shimmers and changes shape and form, and turns into this large, ferocious-looking bear in front of you.
Don't hurt me. I'm sent here to save you. I just wanted to bring you back to Walter.
He kind of ignores you and just bolts for deck.
Okay.
Kind of pushes you to one side, just bolts onto the top of the deck.
The silver, you say, manacles?
Yes.
I'll pick those up if I can.
Okay. They're very heavy, by the way.
Too heavy for me in total, or?
They are heavy, but you won't be able to carry much else.
I'll carry them up to the deck anyway and see what I do from there.
Okay. So, as soon as you get on deck, the bear kind of jumps off deck and starts swimming towards the shore.
Great.
It's at that point when you start to feel yourself kind of going all wibbly wobbly and timey wimey and feel a bit bleh, bleh, bleh.
Uh-oh.
And you find yourself back in the basement levels of the halls of knowledge.
Ran out of time.
Well, that was weird.
Benjin is standing there, as is Cenza. You're holding these massive silver manacles.
Oh, I got some paper.
You can bring stuff back from the paintings.
In the painting ahead of you, with the 5 dragons on, you notice that the red dragon has now disappeared.
I did it! Is the bear, when I look back at the painting, is the bear back in its cage now, or is it? What can I see in the painting?
So the painting now has a man playing this hurdy-gurdy with like the bear kind of doing a bear dance and the children dancing around it.
Cool. I guess I did it. I didn't die.
Okay, so that's the black, the red, and the green dragons that are missing, if I'm right.
Yes.
Cool.
So it's only the blue and the white left.
So what's happened to Harvel? Why are we here and Harvel's not?
Is he not still in the painting doing the blue one he said he was going to do?
You can't see any sign of him in the painting.
Uh-oh. Maybe we should go and
Did
look
he
for
say
him.
the words properly? Bob Ross. We really had to enunciate, I found.
Maybe we should go and see if we can find him in there. If we all do the same one, right? So we all put our
Yeah,
hands on the blue.
that would make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why you're both whinging. I mean, mine was fine.
What did you do in yours? I'm not whinging. I climbed up a tower and rescued a maiden.
I had a logic problem. It was wonderful.
I had to fight a load of people.
Oh.
Something not right.
I had to do a bit. I think I had to do a bit of singing, climb a tower, and lower down a fair maiden.
That sounds easy.
I think we got each other's there.
Well, let's all do this one together. Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, and rescue Haval.
Yeah. So I put my hand up. Say, Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
Okay, again, you feel this kind of disconcerting lurch as you feel as if your lunch is about to escape out of your belly. And you appear in kind of one of the rougher districts of Neverwinter. But you do recognize the streets as part of the city you're in. You're in a narrow road, and a cow is pulling a cart, but the cow is like, well, I say pulling a cart. It's barely pulling a cart. The cart's moving at like an inch pace because this cow is like basically just skin and bones. It's like thin and emancipated. I can never say the right word. Just basically, it looks diseased and horrible. And it's pulling a cart which is like barely held together. The driver of the cart is a woman in rags who winces in pain with every bump of the cobblestones of the wagon. And walking beside the wagon, one hand on it, is a man who appears to be blind. And in front of him is a young boy who is repeatedly coughing up blood.
This doesn't look good.
So it's moving through a crowd, and there's not much room for the cart to move around. As the cart is moving, you can see things written on the side of the cart, and they appear to be some kind of rune, and they're constantly shifting and changing.
Do we recognise the markings at all, or I just
make an Arcana check.
Can I get in on that?
You can make an Arcana check with advantage. Oh, you've already got 20. You want to roll it again if you want, because you've got advantage because of Cenza.
I could do.
You could do.
First one was good.
The first one was good. So, let me just bear with me a second. So as you watch, the runes are constantly shifting and changing, but they appear to be dwarven in nature from what you can work out, but they also do need to be, they seem to be recognizable. And after Xanhorn kind of getting his head round them, and Cenza taking some scribbly notes of what they all are.
I can speak Dwarven.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm sure I do.
That and everything else, right, Cenza?
Yeah, pretty much. Except for Giant. I don't speak Giant.
Yes, okay.
So, through your knowledge of Dwarven, you notice these runes, and then they are kind of shifting. So the runes are there, but they're not all there all the time, if that makes sense.
Okay. Interesting.
Intriguing. Can I have a quick look at the people pulling the cart to see if I recognise the illness they've got?
Make a medicine check.
Wow.
So each individual appears to have some different ailments. So the man is blind. He's old and weak, but most of it he seems to be otherwise okay. The boy seems to have some kind of lung problem, like tuberculosis.
Okay.
And the woman driving the cart, she generally just seems to have some kind of bone issue, or muscle issue. It's hard to tell with her, but they're all got some different ailment.
What was the first one?
So the old man's blind.
Do they have any of these markings on them?
Hang on, I've lost you.
No.
Okay.
Do we see these markings on anything else?
No, they only appear to be on the side of the boat, on the side of the cart.
Is there anything in the cart, like with these symbols or anything like that?
They've got their belongings in the cart, but there's nothing else in there. Yeah, they've got some bedrolls and clothes, that kind of thing.
So I'm thinking maybe we need to make these markings on people to affect the change.
Yeah. I'm thinking air for the boy who can't breathe.
Let's try it on the
Poss-
old man first, maybe. Because if you kill an old person, it's not so bad. If you kill a child, that's bad.
As you're looking at the runes, they do seem to kind of go in pairs. So as I said, they're shifting and changing.
Okay. Right.
So, for instance, the fire and the water, so in pairs as they're situated here, and should actually be a line down the middle there, really.
Right. So it's fire, water, earth, air, gold, silver. So they're kind of opposites, basically.
Yeah. So each rune kind of is morphing into the other one of its pairs.
Right. Okay. So if we look at, say, I don't know which one to do now.
Well, if we go with your thing and do the old man first, he's blind, so he's got an abundance of darkness. That means he needs light.
Yeah. So maybe can we try touching it, the lights one, when it's on that symbol? See what happens.
So when you touch it, it seems nothing actually happens, but you feel it glows a little bit to the touch.
Does it stop changing or anything like that?
No, but the rune shifts, but it glows as you touch it.
Okay. And if I take my hand off, does it?
It stops glowing then, yeah.
If I touch it when it's on the white bit, and then touch the old man when it's still white, nothing happens.
No.
If we touch the other ones if I touch it on the darkness one, does it do anything different?
No. The rune still shifts when it's glowing.
Right. Try saying light in Dwarvish.
I will try that.
No.
Whilst touching it? I'll try this thing with this thing in my inventory. This thing with this thing in my inventory. Something must work.
What do you mean you've got to use the monkey on the thing at the top of a waterfall? That makes no sense.
Have you got a quill, Cenza? Maybe we could try...
I've always got a quill.
It was a rhetorical question. Maybe if you try scribbling one of those symbols on the old man. If you don't mind, old man, we're going to try something to try and heal you. Does he respond to that at all?
Okay. They generally don't respond. They're just kind of like trudging forward.
Okay, so I take the old man's hand in mine and draw the symbol for light on the back of his hand.
Okay. Nothing happens.
I'll then prod the light symbol again.
Get him to prod the light symbol.
Yeah, good idea.
That's an idea.
I'll grab his hand and prod the light symbol.
Doesn't seem to be doing anything.
We could try pressing all the ones that we think would fix these guys at once.
Yes, there's 3 of us, 3 of them.
So does it look like they're all like going at the same time? Is it all just alternating between the two? Or does it look like we could get all 3 elements hit at once? Or we'd have to wait for the 3 to come round, if that makes sense.
You could do, yeah.
You're trying to figure out if it's a game of Simon or a game of Snap.
Yeah, something like that. So we've got the light.
Air, I'd guess.
Light, air, and bone, maybe.
Bone would be, yeah.
So we'll just try pressing all 3 of them at once, I guess, first.
As I said, when you touch them,
Yeah.
or when you go near them, they glow when they go near them. But other than that, nothing else happens. So, Cenza, thinking more about what's wrong with these people, you can kind of get a bit more of an you get more of a bit of an idea of what you think's wrong with them.
Right.
So obviously the cow is starved. That's the only thing that seems to be done with it. It doesn't seem to appear to have had any food. The old woman, now you come to think of it, her symptoms are similar to alcoholism. She's suffering a neurosis effect. The old man obviously is blind.
Yeah.
That's pretty obvious. The boy appears to have some kind of like iron deficiency or mineral deficiency. He's like a malnutrition.
Okay. I try touching the sigil for iron then. And
Okay.
does that just glow same as the others?
It just glows, yeah.
Okay.
Does Cenza explain what he knows? What he's thought?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Benjin pulls out his apple brandy and gives the old woman a swig.
I think
So
this is maybe making it worse.
She takes a good swig of it, but as you pulled out the apple brandy from your pocket, you noticed that the fire and water symbol, as you went past it, glowed a little bit as well.
Yeah.
If we move the old man say near the runes, does anything different glow?
No.
So fire and water symbol glowed more.
So as you pulled the alcohol out your pocket, you just noticed this faint glow.
And
I'm going to try casting my light cantrip on a stone. I presume there's a stone to the one side, and holding it near the light dark sigils. So
as you bring the lit stone up to the light darkness, it glow. The rune glows really bright.
Okay.
And it kind of like really bright, and just and vanishes into nothing. And the old man, then you can see looking around Ooh.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna splash some of my alcohol on the fire water.
So you splash some alcohol, so your apple brandy on the fire water icon, and again
Yeah.
it glows really bright and just like fizzles out. And the woman driving the cart kind of wakes up and oh, okay, what's going on, kind of thing. And she appears to be like healthy and
Not pissed.
not pissed. Yeah, healthy and sober.
So if I get one
Okay.
of my iron-headed crossbow bolts out and push that towards the iron copper
Yeah,
rune.
the boy again. The iron copper symbol glows brightly and disappears, and the young boy then stops coughing blood and starts walking up straight and stops hacking.
Okay.
Okay. What do we do to feed the cow?
I'll take out one of those ration packs that the ship guys were so disinterested in. Snobs. And like mash that into the spirit life one.
And nothing happens.
Damn it.
Mash it into the bone one.
Could do. Or I'll get the shaft of one of those crossbow bolts and shove it against the wood tree bit.
Again, nothing happens.
So we had what were the last ones left? There's a cow that needs feeding.
So
that's
if I
just
cross
it.
out the one, hang on, if I cross out the ones you've done, so you've done that one.
Yeah.
You've done that one. You've done that one.
Can I take one of the ritual bones I've got for use in my augury spell and push that against the bone symbol?
Again, nothing happens.
Okay.
Maybe it has to be something that links the two.
I take my knife, prick my finger so it's bleeding a bit, rub that on the spirit life symbol.
Nope.
No. Okay. That really hurts.
So we just need to feed the cow somehow. The cow just looked like it was hungry, yeah? Like it just hadn't eaten in a very long time.
It looks like it hasn't been fed. It looks like it hasn't been looked after.
You know that mashed up ration pack you've got?
Hmm.
Why don't you just try feeding it to the cow?
I don't get the impression that's how this works, but I'll try it.
Nothing.
Okay. Spirit or life and crystal? Yeah.
Perhaps it's gold sun, maybe. Sun being related to life and growth. So I take a gold piece, put it against the gold symbol.
Yep. Again, the room shines brightly, disappears, and the cow appears healthy and is pulling the cart along the street.
Okay.
Who in their right mind uses a cow as a pack animal?
Don't know. But before you can have that thought and ask the rest of the party, you feel that lurching sensation again and find yourself again in the room with the paintings, and the blue dragon has now disappeared.
Benjin really smugly turns to the others and just says, "You can thank me later, and you can tell Harble whenever we find him that the alcohol won the game."
I'll put my hand on my chest to be like, well, fair's fair. You know
That's fair, yeah.
So, who's next? We've got.
So
The
white.
amphitheatre with odd chickens, I believe.
Yeah, but where's Haval?
Yeah, that is a good question.
He wasn't
actually.
there. Am I the only one that cares about Marvel?
Of course, we could.
Something
Maybe-
must have gone wrong.
Yeah, there's clearly some translocation magic involved here.
He's
He
not
could
in
have.
any of the other paintings, is he?
Doesn't appear to be, no.
Perhaps he's been teleported back to Mrs. Coquin's house. After
Well,
all,
I guess we
the
see if
green
he's in the
painting
last
had to. Yeah.
All the paintings are of various places in Neverwinter, so it could be that he's been teleported somewhere. Also, being a paladin of a particular god, and this being more or less a temple to Ogmar, maybe Gogmar doesn't agree with his teachings.
Maybe.
Who knows?
He can be a bit fickle sometimes. Yeah, perhaps he was silently judging Haval. Not clever enough.
Well,
Hmm.
yeah.
Of course, I wouldn't say that to his face.
Just quietly behind his back.
Yeah.
So, as you're standing in this room, trying to work out what's happened to Haval, you can hear. Now, bear in mind, you are kind of deep in the bowels of the halls of knowledge, but you're pretty sure you can feel the ground shake slightly and hear the sound of distant thunder.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I'm losing everything.
We can hear you.
Can hear you. Yeah.
I think it must be your internet connection, Ben.
It is a bit choppy. Everyone keeps freezing. Video keep freezing for this end. So,
For you as well.
yeah.
Really? It seems
Yeah.
perfect to me.
Seems okay here.
Well, that's all right then. You're the one doing the feed, so as long as it looks good, your end.
Okay. So you said that we could hear thunder upstairs, yeah?
You can hear distant thunder. You're not quite sure if it's coming from upstairs or outside, but you can definitely hear what sounds like thunder.
Can we...
Have we jumped?
think
Sorry, I missed everything. Have we jumped into the last painting?
No.
No.
All right.
No, Steve was saying that we could hear distant thunder. God, I hope that's not the cloud
Thunder.
castle above us doing something. Maybe
I
we better
really hope not.
Maybe we better get through this last painting
Let's
quickly.
get a chip on, yeah.
Is it just one left?
Yeah.
There's only one dragon left in the main painting. Yes, it's a white dragon.
Can we just like prop the door closed, like wedge it closed while we jump in to the last one?
Okay.
Or maybe a couple of us should go in and one person stay out just to protect. I'll look at the other guys. Like, what do you think?
How would the person outside let the people inside know?
Well, you could send a message, maybe.
I think you'll find I used it all talking to Cockwind earlier in the day because somebody made me send him a message from his aunt.
Well, it seemed like we needed to do it. Fine. Let's just try and wedge the door as best we can and then get this done
Okay,
quick.
yeah.
So we'll do that, Steve.
Okay.
Is there
So
something we
you
can-
wedge the door shut.
Yeah, prop against it or something.
Yeah. So you find something to put in the way, and
We'll
then you
Rush back to the painting, stick our hands on it.
Bob
Bob
Ross.
Ross.
Bob Ross.
Fluffy clouds.
Happy little trees.
That's it. Happy little clouds. Yeah.
So, the kind of lurching sensation happens again, and you appear to be in some kind of amphitheatre.
Oh, that place looks similar. Familiar.
With some kind
Oh
of
yeah, never saw that before.
stage in front of you. Shh, quiet you. At the centre of the stage is a young man, and Benjin, you recognise this man as the same guy who was singing to his love up in the tower, this priest of Ogmar.
Which man? Sorry.
So the like right at the very middle, there's a man there, and you recognise him as this priest Vogmar you met in your painting.
Oh, okay. It's the same man.
However, he's cowering in the middle of the stage, and he's been scratched and he's bleeding. But around him, flying in the air and trying to attack him, are these creatures that look like a cross between like a vulture and a woman. The torso and face of a woman are all screeching at him, and they're all diving and trying to attack him.
Yikes.
I would probably run straight in and try and defend him.
I would therefore roll for initiative if I were you.
Yay!
Oh, where's the initiative
Right.
button?
Click on your character, then click on the initiative button.
I can't see my character. Oh,
Bottom.
Scroll down.
bottom. Go on. Nothing's happening.
I can do it for you if you want, Ben.
Yeah, nothing's happening. I'm clicking on my character and nothing's
You
happening.
got the arrow pointers
There you go.
selected.
No, that's why.
Sorry. Xanhorn, you have the initiative.
Unbelievably. I think I'm going to pick one of those and just take aim with my crossbow, see if I can shoot one down. So whichever the closest one is, try and take it out.
Nearest one, which will be this one here.
Oh, look at that.
That's definitely
Nice.
a hit. No doubt about that. Come on.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to try and give Cenza some bardic inspiration to help him with his attack rolls and things.
Yay!
So I'll shout across the room, "You got this, Cenza! You can do this!" Play a little song as I'm singing it.
Okay.
Has your flute become a hurdy-gurdy?
Maybe. It's in hurdy-gurdy mode. Just wind a little handle on my belt.
Okay, so these two here fly in and attack him.
Jesus.
Ooh, he takes quite a bit of damage. He takes a hell of a lot of damage. This one here starts singing a song that kind of, you can feel it lulling at you, pulling at your mind. Everyone make a wisdom saving throw.
Is this something that's trying to charm us?
Yes, it is.
Because I have advantage on saving throws due to my Fey ancestry.
Then you get advantage.
Oh, piss wank.
You said it was wisdom? Yeah.
Yes.
Cool, that was just well.
Difficulty 11. Benjin is charmed.
Oh, crap.
What does that mean?
It means that these horrible, disfigured flying women now appear to be the most beautiful things you've ever seen in your life. And your bestest friends in the world.
Uh-oh.
So I'm not going to attack them then.
No. You can't attack the creature charming you. So the one charming you was this one here.
Okay.
But
do they all appear as my best friends? Or is it just that one?
You're incapacitated.
Oh.
It's just stood there staring at the beautiful woman.
Yeah. If the charmed target is more than 5 feet away from the harpy, you must move on your turn towards the harpy at the most direct route.
Benjin, what are you doing?
Oh, it's my go, is it?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to attack it.
No, you will just walk directly towards it.
and
you can repeat your saving throw at the end of the turn.
This is me putting myself out there. If I'm like, charmed by it, am I actually gonna dash towards it?
No, you can incapacitate. You'll just move towards at your normal movement rate.
Okay. So that is sorry.
So it was, he
paper
moves
and
5
non-paper.
feet, Steve, or those
40.
No, it's if he's more than 5 feet away,
right,
he has
sorry.
to move.
So I'm moving full movement, 40 feet. Where's
Yeah.
the measure tool? There it
So
is.
it's that one.
40 feet. So that square there. Right.
Cenza.
Okay. Have I got a semi?
I think you're just charmed, not aroused.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, he said that she was the most beautiful thing ever.
You can attempt another saving throw if you wish, Benjin.
Oh, okay. Obviously, yep. So this is to try and get out of it, is it? So
Yeah.
wisdom again.
Yep.
Oh, for God's sake!
That'll be a no then.
I'll get my coat.
Cenza.
Okay. Movement. I'm going straight up to here.
Yep.
As my bonus action, I am casting good old spiritual weapon.
Stampy.
Okey-doke.
Good old Stampy, and he's attacking this one and missing this one. But I can add a. Yeah, actually, can I try adding a d6? That's 8.
No, it's,
What's-
it's
No,
a
it's
D8.
a red.
It's a d8.
So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You've rolled a
Oh,
one.
Good point.
So one. Okay, cool. And then as my action, plenty of room. I am going to Sacred Flame this one here. And that is a Wisdom save, if I can find.
Okay.
Oh, punch deck save, sorry.
It'll add 1 to that, so it's 12. Still
Yeah,
a
fails.
fail. So that one there takes 12 damage. Okay. Okay. Xanhorn.
How far away are they? Okay, so I need to move a little bit closer. I'm going to move up to about here somewhere. And then I'm going to focus my vocal energies on a point that is... How far away are they? I need 10-foot radius. So if I aim about there, I believe that's 10 feet to that one and that one. Oops. Without getting the other boy. But
Right.
Would that also get this one?
So where was your point of origin?
So 10 foot from that point.
10-foot radius, is it?
Yeah. So it's like 2 squares diagonally, which I think is...
So 10-foot radius would be about that big.
But centered there.
Yeah, I'll give you that. You'll get all 3.
Okay. So I'm going to focus my vocal energy and cause a shattering sound to just appear from that point. And that is the last of my level 2 spells.
Okay, so that does that damage. Does it do any saves, or it just does 13 damage?
So each creature needs to make a Constitution saving throw, otherwise they take 3d8 of thunder damage.
Uh-huh.
Creatures made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, metal have disadvantage.
So what save was it say? Constitution.
Yeah. And
Okay,
any
so
non-magical objects that aren't being worn or carried also takes the damage.
start at the bottom left. That one saves. Was it half damage on the save or no damage?
Half.
So that one takes 7 damage. Top left takes the full brunt. Top right takes the full brunt. Nice. Okay, so there's this ear-splitting noise. Unfortunately, this ear-splitting noise is not enough of a noise to break Benjin out of the alluring song. You can hear it coming from the harpy at the left. Right, so...
Benjin, what are you doing? We need you.
Unless Benjin just carries on running towards her, does he?
Oh, no.
Hang on, not yet, Ben.
Oh, sorry. Where was I? Back there.
So, Xanhorn. So, this woman is all holding... These women, the kind of vulture women, are holding clubs in their hands. They claw you with their claws and try and hit you with their club. So, Xanhorn first. So, Xanhorn gets hit by the club and takes 3 bludgeoning damage.
Ow!
Cenza gets
that's
scraped by
one.
the claws. And then the second one,
Oh,
it's
Jesus.
a crit hit and takes a whack to the side of the head.
Ow!
Is your spiritual weapon a concentration?
This spiritual weapon is not concentration.
Ah, nice. Ben, you can now march inexplicably towards your doom.
Okay.
And then save, right? He gets to save.
He gets to
Boom.
save, yes.
Okay. Da-da-da-da.
Just out of curiosity, if I'd given him Bardic Inspiration, he wouldn't have been able to use it, would he? Or would he?
No, because it's a saving throw, so he could have done, yeah.
Okay.
Benjin, you have made your save, so next round you can do stuff.
Okay. That counts as my move, though, I guess.
Yes, it's at the end of your round you make the save.
Right.
What was I
Cenza.
thinking?
Yeah, all of a sudden it's like, she's not beautiful, she's hideous. She's like some weird vulture woman thing.
Okay, I am moving Stampy up to the one on my left and getting him to take a swing, if I can find it. And I'm gonna. You said it was a D8.
Yeah.
For the inspiration, John. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
It has hit, so you don't need to spend inspiration.
Oh wow.
You're supposed to do it before you announce whether it hits.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
So takes 11 damage.
11 damage. Wow, that is actually quite impressive. Because hang on, which one's my initiative? One, that one. Okay. Stampy stamps her out of existence.
Yes.
Her library privileges have been revoked.
And then I will toll the dead on the one in front of me.
Okay.
And that's a wisdom save, and she would give damage. Necrotic.
So which damage is it?
It's for 12, because that's for 2d12.
Okay. So she takes 12 damage on that one. Okay. Xanhorn.
Right. So there's one right next to me, yeah?
Yep.
So I think I'm just going to whip out the punctuator.
Excellent name.
Yeah. And not wanting to reuse lines that he's used before, but it's time we put a full stop to this one. Boom!
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a shame you only rolled a 1 on one of your damage dice.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So this one now moves to there. So Benjin, the one against you now, has realised it no longer has a hold on you, so it starts to attack. I think. What's your armor class, Ben?
More than 8.
Yeah, it's a 13 and an 8.
Sorry?
The first attack was a 13.
Oh, it's attacking twice. Oh,
Yes.
sorry. Sorry, I didn't see all that pop up. What is my armor class? 12.
So you take 6 slashing damage.
Okay.
But of course, you've got your resistances, so you can.
No, I haven't because I'm not raging.
Oh, you're not raging. Okay, he's not raging.
I've never entered a rage yet.
Fair
He's
enough. You
about
take
to.
the full brunt of that.
Mm.
Xanhorn.
Wow. Jesus.
That's the first one,
Both of those.
and that's the second one.
Crap. How much
So
is that in total?
it's from the 14 onwards. What's your armor class?
15.
So you take 6 bludgeoning damage from the crit and 5 from the claws of the second one.
This is not
So you
good.
take 11 damage total.
Xanhorn will like stumble slightly with those. Like, Jesus Christ! I can't hold this up much longer, guys.
And then the one attacks Cenza and does 3
Yes.
bludgeoning damage. Benjin.
Right, as a bonus action, I'll enter a rage. There we go. And obviously I'll attack that one by me. So, let's go great sword. Boom. Hit or not?
No, it's a miss, unfortunately, with 10.
But I get a second attack. Whenever you take the attack action, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Boom.
2 attacks now.
Yeah. And so that takes 15 because I was raging. Plus 2 to the damage roll, so 15 on that. And that's all I can do unless I run away.
Okay. Cenza.
Jesus,
Okay,
these things
I'm
take a good
going-
hit,
I'm going to bring Stampy down to attack this one that's harassing Xanhorn.
Okay.
don't they? Thanks very much.
It hits.
Right.
There we go.
And then I will toll the dead on the one in front of me again.
Okay. Wisdom. Fails the wisdom.
So it takes the 9.
Takes the 9. Okay. This one, the one attacking you, appears to be on its last legs. Xanhorn.
Ah.
I'm going to once again slap my hands together right in front of me and cast Thunder Wave.
Okay.
Try and make some space in front of me. Just at level 1 because it's pretty much all I can do at the moment.
That's a con save, yep.
Yep.
So the first one fails, second one critical passes.
Jesus.
So that one takes half damage.
And the other one gets pushed.
Full damage. And
10
gets
feet.
pushed 10 feet. Okay. So, back to the harpies. The one attacking Cenza.
So yes on the first one.
So you take 3 slashing damage. Benjin.
In
Two
12.
misses, isn't it?
So my armor class is 12.
Oh, okay, so you take 8 slashing.
Sorry?
You take the 8 slashing damage of the first one then.
Oh, so it has to beat your armor class. I thought if it was the same,
It's same as or equal as I've always played.
Yeah.
So I think you take both there, Ben.
You take both, actually, yeah, but you're raging now, so you'll take half damage.
So
So
take
take
4
and 2.
and 2, so 6.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, Xanhorn. That's 6 slashing damage, and then this one here is going to fly over here.
That first one, as it comes towards me, I'm going to try and shout some cutting words at it.
Okay.
You're uglier than Benjin. So I think that means I can do one of my bardic inspiration dice, and I can subtract the result of that d8 from their attack roll.
So roll d8, 4, so it gets 16.
Shit. Well, it was worth a shot.
Okay, and the...
So it's done me 6 damage, which means I am now at 0.
Oh no!
Okay. And the other one has flown off and attacked Benjin and completely misses. Benjin.
So with those cutting words, I collapse to the floor.
Right. Well, I will go for the original one, which I think is that one. Oh, sorry, that one, isn't it? First of all, and we'll go boom. So that'll be 11 damage.
Okay, puts it on that much. Okay.
And I'll go for that one again.
Jeez,
and give it 12 damage.
You slice through with your second attack, hacking into little pieces. Cenza.
Okay. Spiritual weapon. Stampy's going to attack the one over. Boom!
Nice.
Is that this one, is it?
Yeah, that's this one by Xanhorn.
Yeah. I think I'm going to just take that one off the map because that's my initiative one. And kill it.
And then, and then good old Tolverdead on the one in front of me.
Fails at save and takes 20 necrotic
damage.
Yeah, you just like shrivels and like the Nazis at the end of
Raiders.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to run over, so I am next to Xanhorn.
Okay, Xanhorn, make a death save. That's one success.
Nice.
Right, Harpy attacking Benjin. Hits both times.
2 and 2 is 4.
So there's a 2 and a 2. Yeah.
He's just
Okay.
Baddies.
Anything else?
No, just back to you.
Right. 11 damage.
Okay. She's still flying. No, she's not.
12 damage.
There you go.
So I've still got some movement. Oh, that's it though, isn't it, really?
Yes, as you've killed the last of the harpies, again, you feel yourself... Well, 2 of you feel yourself being called out. Someone's unconscious. And you appear back in this basement room of the Halls of Knowledge. But unfortunately, Xanhorn is still bleeding out unconscious on the floor.
Okay. I use my Asthma healing hands to give him 5 HP.
Did we win? Are we alive?
We're back, at least.
I'll look up at the painting. In my prone
Yep, there are
position.
no dragons on the painting anymore.
Is the green gem still in the middle?
Yes, there's the Orb is still in the middle, yeah.
I guess we need to go into that painting.
I guess so.
Guess so.
I guess we might need to
Do we want to
recharge
heal
them.
up a bit first?
Yeah. Has anyone got any?
If we can take 10 minutes, I can do a prayer.
That sounds like it would be worth doing.
Are you happy with that, Benjin, taking 10 minutes?
Yeah. It's fine.
Cool. Then it's time for prayer of healing. Oh, for fuck's sake. Hang on, bear with me, because I'm sure that should have my wisdom mod as well.
It's better than nothing. Has anyone got any healing potions?
Yeah, I've got one. So hang on, how does that prayer of healing work? What's wrong with it?
I'm just checking, but I think that should have my wisdom mods. 2d8 plus your spell, yeah. So that should be 13. It should have my +4 modifier with it, but apparently Roll20 buggers up that every time you level up.
So
what? John got 13.
We all got 13. It affects us
Oh.
all, but it takes
right.
10 minutes to do.
So what's the 5 HP in brackets mean? Sorry,
That was the one I give John as my racial ability.
to bring me back to
Oh, sorry.
consciousness.
Right,
So that's
you'll get
basically-
13.
Whew. That feels a bit better.
So while he's doing all this chanting and weird glowy eye shit that he does as him around, yeah, you keep seeing every as he's doing this, his like skin glows white occasionally. You see like angelic wings and kind of appear as like almost like a dream, like a shadow of him as he's doing this. As he all looks all holy, and I'm pretty sure you can hear kind of like choirs of angels singing as he's doing this. But what you can also hear is this sound that appears to sound like thunder, and it's now not just like the odd roll. There is it's almost like there's a thunderstorm happening above you.
Crap. Something bad's happening, guys.
We need to get this orb and get out of here.
Yeah.
I think so.
I've got a potion of healing. Could you do with that as well? Sorry, Xanhorn.
I would save that for now. I've got
Alright.
18 hit points again, so save it for when we're in dire need again.
Okay.
So I guess we give this a shot.
Bob Ross.
Centre painting.
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
You don't get pulled into the painting. Instead, you could almost feel like the painting goes from 2D to 3D, and you feel as if you could just reach out and grab the orb now.
Oh.
I'll look at the other
Yep.
guys and I'll try then. I'll reach in
Do it.
tentatively.
So your hand kind of goes into the painting, and you grasp the orb and pull it out again.
Huh. We got it. Now let's get the shit out of here.
Yes.
So you're holding this. It appears to be like a jade orb.
Mhm.
It's intricately carved, so it's got like carvings of dragons all over it. But you also notice it's covered in runes, which you recognise as giant in their wording, as it were, in their styling.
Interesting.
Can I read it?
You can't. It appears to be giant in style, but they're not giant words. If that makes sense. It's almost like reading, like what magic is. So you can read. You can't read magic, if that makes sense, but you know it is. So this is like almost like just giant runes and inscriptions.
Cool. Okay.
Which was Cockwin's aunt's painting?
Green one.
The one with the gnome.
I suppose we better roll that back up to give back to her later.
I think we can come back for it later.
I think so. We did tell her it was going to be in an exhibition.
Yeah. We didn't mention
So
it's
she
going to be
may
in the
not be
basement
expecting
of the
a little
Tower of
while.
Knowledge.
I'd like to ask the.
I just want to know, has the
Chief Ghost
painting
walk back.
changed other than the orb gone?
So the main painting, has completely changed. So the one with the dragons and the orb now is just an empty It's more or less just an empty painting. So it's like as if someone, like when the background is out of focus, and it's just like colours of a scene. That's just kind of what it looks like now.
Can we put a hand against it and say the magic word again to close it, or does it look like it's?
It's a solid painting at this
Okay.
point, but
Fine.
nothing else happens.
Okay, I guess we better find out what the hell's going on
Yeah,
upstairs.
I think we should tell the chief docent what's happened and
Okay.
see what's happening.
Let's do that then. Lead the way, Cenza.
Yeah, so up to the library/worship area.
So you head back into the main halls of knowledge, and you can definitely tell there's an air of panic as you move through the building. As you move into the main thing itself, people are starting to move things away from like the windows and doors, and guards are starting to be posted inside, and barricades are starting to be built, like kind of ad hoc from desks and things like that. It doesn't take you not difficult to find the high priest of Ogmar who's there, because he seems to be like coordinating the action. And he sees you kind of running up the stairs towards him. He goes, "Ah, you're here. You succeeded.
Yes, we have the orb.
So what do you intend to do with it now?"
Croquet.
Boys,
I think the giants were after it.
the giants are after it, so it makes sense to get it out of here.
Yeah.
Well, whatever's happening is started. There's some rocks being thrown at bombarded at several parts of the city, but then they appear to be humans rather than giants. Riding giant vultures are swooping down, causing all kinds of havoc. The militia's been mobilized, but we're just barricading the doors and holding our own. Neverwinter's been through a lot. We can handle this.
Does he say
Can you find someone to get my family to safety?
I believe, young man, they're already here.
Good. Oh, yes, I suppose that means he owns here. Oh, lovely.
I can send you to them if you wish.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Would you like me to pass on a message to them?
Tell my mother and father and niece I love them. Tell my brother hello.
He seemed very puzzled about it. Very well. Of course, Cenza. I do have to ask, you say you're getting the orb out of the city, but what do you intend to do with such a powerful artifact, and how do you intend to stop the attack?
I see you've got two options. We could just get it out, get it back to Waterdeep, and see what they think we should do. We can get there quickly, we can teleport again. Or the other option is we try and get to a nearby dragon and persuade it that we need its help to defend the city. And if we've got this orb and it can help us control a dragon, if we can't persuade it, maybe we can more forcefully persuade it. And I'll look at the other guys and the docent I'm thinking out loud here. What do you guys think?
Yes. If we get the orb out of the city, we should use it to draw the attackers away. There's no point letting innocent people suffer while we flee to safety.
Doesn't sound very heroic, just running away. I'd agree with that.
The logic in
lead vicious attack. Yeah, I can see how that plays out.
The logic in gaining a draconic ally makes perfect sense. Do you feel you're up to the task?
Xanhorn will pull out his flute and just thunk. What do you think?
I've heard you sing.
Well, then you know that I am. I say,
Benjin, what's your thoughts?
Ooh. You guys are a lot cleverer than me. I'm always up for a fight. But if we're taking this thing, I agree with you. We can't let the innocent people die. We've got to. If we take it away, the Giants need to know it's gone from here.
okay, how's this then? Maybe I don't know how we get the message to them, or maybe I do. Hang on, guys, I've got an idea. If we just want to take the heat off Neverwinter for now, maybe we could just instruct the giants that we've got the orb and we've taken it somewhere else to lure them. Maybe somewhere that there isn't currently a castle. Like I could cast Major Image in the sky, saying something like in Giant, if Benjin can help me, saying something like, "We've got your orb. See you in the spine of the world if you want it back," or something like that.
Ah, intriguing.
And then we can go and try and get Gnawbone and see if we can use her to defend against things. Worth a go?
Worth a punt.
Always doing something's better than doing nothing.
I'll look at the Docin for reassurance as well.
It seems one of the better courses of action I could think of. I agree. Getting it out of the city and letting the giants know it's out of the city. And you're going to give it to old Gnawbone, Plagimator.
Not necessarily give it, but we'll see if we can encourage her to help against the giant attack.
I would offer a word of caution. Well, 2 words of caution, actually. Be careful of old Gnawbone. You don't get to be a dragon of that age without being rather clever. And also be very wary with that item.
In what
being
sense?
Being able to control dragons is going to paint a target on your back, because every single dragon who knows you have it is not going to want you to have it.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
My understanding is it is made from the soul of a dragon, so there's the possibility that the soul inside may want out.
As I say, last resort, but at least it's out of the city, and if they think it's gone one way, perhaps that'll buy us some time to. It'll buy you guys some time, if nothing else, to fortify.
Indeed. Good luck. May Ogmar's knowledge guide you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
What about our other dragon friend?
Yeah.
Falgalos. Didn't he fly off on some special mission he came up with?
He headed north. I think, wasn't he chasing after the Nightstone, basically, as I remember it?
He took off in the middle of the evening, didn't he? He didn't actually tell us what he was up to.
Might have told Benjin. Does Benjin remember it?
Benjin needs to take the memory fit, doesn't he?
Give me chance.
No, don't know.
I'll say to the Docin, if we're going to try and get to Gnawbone, that's further south. Is there anything we could...
Crypt Garden Forest.
Say that again, sorry.
Crypt Garden Forest, yes.
What would be the fastest way to get there?
Quickest way is just head out of Neverwinter, take the high road, and then cut across the Sword Mountains.
I guess then that's what we need to do, perhaps.
Take the high road south. Yep.
Okay, so take the high road. Just looking at the map now. Yeah, okay. Do you have any horses that we could use?
Unfortunately, not, sir. We have plenty of books, but unfortunately, books can't can't give you travel. I'm afraid.
Let's see if we can list some from outside. Maybe some of the guards could help.
Did you say you could get to Waterdeep?
Yeah.
Yes.
See, the problem is Cryptgarden Forest is almost halfway between Waterdeep and Neverwinter, but taking the long road up towards Westlead, Red Larch, and Westbridge may be a more direct route than trying to cross the Sword Mountains.
Okay. Well, then we could
So
get our own.
That would
horses.
make sense.
Teleport to
Teleport to Waterdeep.
and then go north.
Okay. That sounds like a plan. So, what do we exactly want to say in this message? Ho, 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 now I've got your Dragon Lord.
We have the Orb of Dragonkind. Come get it at the spine of the world. Sign the Masters of Fate.
Dangerous. But I like it.
Mm.
I'm sure they'll be able to look after things up there.
Yeah, I'm sure they know what they're doing.
Do you know, I think it might actually be better to claim credit for it. Because if they're directly looking for the Masters of Fate, they might be able to ask around and find them. Whereas we're probably relatively unknown up there. I mean, famed
That's
as
true,
travel.
yes. It's only been a couple of weeks. Give it a chance.
Well, let's help spread some of that. Okay.
I mean, our name appearing in lights above the city, that's going to do wonders.
That's true. Okay, so I'll check with Benjin, like how we say that in Giant.
So, what spell are you casting?
Major image. So you create an image of an object, a creature, or some other visible phenomenon that is no larger than 20-foot cube. So I'll make it like a 20-foot high sign, basically. And then,
Okay, it's only got a range of 120 feet.
yeah, so straight up, 120 feet, as visible as possible. And I'll make it like a flat sign that just spins.
Golf sail, here.
Pretty much, yeah.
So you headed out onto the street now, are you?
I wonder if it might be better to, if we can see out a window, I assume I can cast it through that.
You can cast it through that, yeah?
Yeah.
If you want to cast it further up, if you want to get like into a, you can go to like the top floor of the building.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
This is like a several-story library.
I'll ask the docent
yeah.
where the highest point that I can see out would be.
So he directs you to, he directs you to like a step onto the kind of roof. So you can get out onto the roof and you can see the clouds have cleared now. And you can see this multi-towered castle made up clouds above you. It looks almost exactly the same as the one you saw at Waterdeep.
Right.
What you can see. It does thunder and lightning as well, but circling the city and swooping down everywhere so often, these giant vultures with people riding them.
Okay. So I will, trying to show myself as little as possible, I will cast Major Image.
Okay.
There you go. So this massive 20-foot high sign appears in the middle of the air in Giant, saying, "We have the Orb of Dragonkind. See you in the spine of the world if you want it back." And then brackets at the bottom, Champions of Chance.
Okay. With this sign appearing, a couple of the kind of these vulture riders, you can see them kind of hone in on the sign and see them come in. And one of them lands on the roof of the Halls of Knowledge and starts looking around to try and work out if there's anyone here.
I will slip back inside.
Okay.
And then I think it's time we'd better. I think I can still concentrate on it. Although, do I have to be able to see it? So you cast it on a spot that you can see within range, and then concentrate on it.
I'll say it can stay there because you're just concentrating on it.
Okay. Right, we better get a wriggle on them.
Yeah.
So I think we'll, like having tucked the orb away, we'll try and make our way back to the temple where we teleported. I'll try and do it as, trying to keep to the back alleys and keep ourselves out of sight, basically.
How big is the orb?
It's like yay big. So big enough to hold in one hand.
Not big enough to hide in an orifice. Not small enough to hide in an orifice.
As Benjin suggests that, Xanhorn will just look at him like, you're not putting this anywhere, right? I know we need to keep it safe.
That's a bit of a Freudian slip, isn't it? Not big enough to fit in an orifice. Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
Xanhorn will just hold a slightly tighter grip on his bag.
Strength athletics check if you want.
You're not trying it.
Surely it'd be dexterity to kind of get the...
Stop thinking about it.
I think you'd have to do every check going. An intelligence check to make sure.
Yeah, intelligence check to make sure you're not stupid enough to do it.
Yeah. Oh. Anyway.
Okay. So as you head out onto the city streets,
cock.
as I said, it's all chaos. Several rocks have been dropped, and you can see that sections of buildings have been damaged. It's like a thunderstorm going up above you, and all these vultures, as I said, being ridden by these humans, circling the air and keeping an eye on the streets below.
They're not all rushing north, then?
No, not at this point. No.
Gutted. Okay, so on this map, where's the temple?
So you've just come out of the temple and are heading north. So you're trying to get to one of the townhouses. Sorry, it's off the map here.
Okay.
So you've basically got a little bit of a gauntlet to run.
Okay. Ready, boys?
Sorry, where are we?
Bottom left.
Right down the bottom.
Oh, right. Right.
Are they paying?
What are you guys doing?
Does it look like the vulture people? Are they paying more attention to anyone in particular?
Right, the streets are largely empty at this point.
Mm-hmm.
They are swooping down and harassing anyone they do see out on the streets. But they are at the moment they're kind of circling, looking for people out and about.
Okay. So I think possibly our better bet would be to see if I can do some drawing. So maybe if we head up the side of the house, under the cover of the trees, try and duck along the side like that, something along those lines.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, see that?
Yeah.
Can now. Or if we just ran through the house.
Yeah.
There's a front door and a back door.
Yeah, the one next to us. Yeah.
I presume the height markings are for the top of the roofs.
Yes.
If we were going to be stupid enough to Assassin's Creed it.
Yes.
Cool.
So the other option is we try and go through all the buildings. So then because there's going to be quite a long run on that section out there.
Yeah.
Maybe the shorter distances are to the other buildings.
Yeah, we'll be under the trees most of the time, but yeah, you're right. We could literally try and go straight underneath them.
We can't see off the left-hand side of the map there, but does it look like there would be more cover on the side, or is that basically open? Steve? Oh, we've lost him.
Yeah.
You're muted,
He's not
Steve.
got his microphone on.
No, I have.
There we go. Right. So I was just asking, we can't see off the left-hand side of the screen there. Is there more foliage trees to the left that we would be able to make use of, or is there basically like a chunk of open there?
So you imagine like another check of foliage about the same kind of size, and then another street similar to what you've got here.
Okay.
Behind it.
So maybe
it's almost just chuck a mirror down the left-hand side.
Yeah.
So maybe the best option is to try and go through the foliage. It's probably easier to like break off a couple of branches from the bushes near us and stick them over us so we can run. I don't know, might be slightly less obvious from the air. Should we give that a go?
Yeah.
All right.
If we go through that house, you see we've got effectively, we've got one gap here.
Yeah.
One gap here. Whereas if we go through the houses, we've got like a gap here.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, sorry, it's not doing it. But then we do have like a really pretty big gap here. Whereas if we go through the houses, we've only got lots. It's whether we want lots of short ones or one big long run.
I say let's go through the house and assess each gap as we get to it.
All right.
Like heading the purple line through the foliage.
Okay.
So we'll start. We'll go through this house here and to the other side. See what we can see.
That sounds like a lot of damage dice.
I'm actually trying to find me scatter dice for the old 40k one, so I can randomly determine where these guys go if they don't see you.
Okay.
Okay, so I want you guys to. What we'll do is we'll do an initiative, but we'll take it in turns, if that makes sense. So you guys will all move in one go. So whoever has the highest initiative will do it in that order, but it will just take consecutive turns. It's only if things go south, you'll need your individual initiatives.
Okay.
Okay.
Double digits.
Is yours still not working, Ben? Ah, there we go.
Not really, but
no, it's defective.
Okay.
Roll again.
So this one kind of goes here. So as you're kind of moving, these guys are all kind of circling.
Are they in flight or are they like landing?
They're in flight above.
Okay.
What sort of height are they?
Well, they're not far above. They're about 50 or 60 feet up.
Okay.
So it's kind of like that.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll dive into this nearest house if we can get in.
Yeah.
And we'll see if we can work our way through to the other side.
Okay. So if you move your normal movement.
Yeah. What's the scale on this one?
It's 5 feet.
5 feet.
So I think.
So we've got 10 feet
we
to
end
the
up
door,
about there
probably.
somewhere.
So yeah, we'd end up in the house from the looks of it.
Oh, I can end up out the other side, but I'll
Depends if
obviously
we're dashing,
not.
I suppose.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, I've got 40-foot movement, and then if we dash, we double do it.
So spotting the cart on the other side, could we basically hide under the cart and just gradually, like, slowly move it across the open spaces? Like, it's going to look odd seeing a cart moving, but if you're not looking directly at it,
I think we're better off going in the trees.
I'm still saying take it under the trees. How much foliage is under the trees?
You won't be able to get a cart under a tree, no.
Okay,
No.
fair enough. Sod that then. Keep running. We'll just sprint
Right.
then the full 60 feet, I reckon. So try and get straight under that tree.
I've got 80 feet. Shall I stick to the same speed as you guys?
Unless you want to get isolated, I'd say, yeah, let's stick together. What
Yeah,
have we learned
stick
about running
together.
off?
Right. Was there anything interesting in the house?
Are you dashing or not?
Yeah, we're dashing.
We were, yeah.
Then you don't have time to have a look to see if there's anything interesting.
Oh, okay.
If you want to search, you can take an action to search the house.
We haven't got caught yet. We've got nothing to lose. It's probably the only house we're going to go through.
Xanhorn's like, what are you doing, Benjin? We've got to get out of here. This is someone's home.
All right. We'll dash through then.
Okay. So this one moves up to there. That one kind of moves to there. That one moves further that way. That one moves over to here. And this one, which is the important one.
What happens if it flies off the edge of the screen?
I jump skate in the edge of the screen.
Ah.
Right there, guys.
Okay, so
Does the foliage hinder us at all, or if we dash, do we have full movement?
You'd still have full movement if you dashed.
Yeah.
So
So
can we
60
see
foot.
any of the vultures from where we are?
Yes, you can see. You can blatantly see. Well, you can see these three easily. So
So-
ahead of you, you can see this one, and you can probably see. You can see this one circling the buildings as well.
So, and presumably then they could probably see us in the open as well.
Yeah.
So basically, we can.
We can get
It's
to
this
about
bit we've got to
there.
go. Yeah, we can. We can get to the edge of it, but we've still got to traverse this open bit.
Yeah.
I say let's get up to the edge of the woodland here while we're still in cover, and then wait for an opportunity to dart across the next section.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we'll go for that.
We're all staying right on the edge, but under cover.
Yeah, so still in amongst the brush.
Yeah.
This is fun.
It's not fun, it's tense.
Is there any kind of stealth movement? Like
Well,
tiptoey type thing?
you can try and move stealthily.
So before we head out from where we currently are, can we like
That's a
break off
question.
a few branches from within the shrubbery and like hold it in front of us, and then just try and sneak with that across this open
Okay.
bit?
Can everyone
Well,
make
you're
a
treading on difficult ground there.
I know.
Can
Benjin,
everyone make a stealth check, please?
Hang on. The whole idea of getting bits of tree
Yeah.
goes
Still wants
against
me.
my religion.
I can see Benjin getting wound up by it. I'm like, we've got to get across there somehow.
So we've
Oh.
already got one tree killed. We can't afford to get any more.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot
No
less damaging
Asgard will.
for the
No
trees if
Asgard
we
will willingly cut down a living tree
not
or
cutting
prove
down a
it
whole
being
tree.
done in their presence. But I do come from a tribe that do actually farm. I suppose given that my tribe is slightly less tribal than most other tribes, do build fencing things, probably taking a branch would be okay, but not cutting down a whole tree.
That's all we're asking for, Benjin.
Okay. Right, sorry, what did you want?
Stealth checks, please, of everyone.
Stealth check.
I am a leaf on the wind.
Watch how you.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So, I guess we'll try and make it across the gap, which would put us about there, back in the dense foliage again.
Yep. Do we make it?
They don't appear to have noticed you.
Okay. So I guess looking at where they are, 3 of them would have had the opportunity to see us.
Hard to say.
Well,
I guess
draw
it's
angles.
Oh crap! This is quite tense.
Well, we're in the trees at the moment.
You'll move.
Okay, so assuming that we're
Um,
still in cover, I think we'd probably still be moving up to wherever the edge of that bit of tree
Yeah.
there is.
Let's move up to the edge of the cover.
can I get to within 60 feet of one of them? Or while about closest one?
You are currently only 25 feet away from it.
Oh, but how high up?
Oh
are
yeah,
they?
up. Oh yeah, they're about 60 feet up. So
Okay, I can't do what I was going to do then, so I'll just go up there.
Have I just
Okay.
deleted Benjin's token instead of the drawing?
yes.
No, you haven't. I'm
Oh
underneath
yeah,
you.
that's there. Okay. Right, guys. Can
Are
you
we
make
able to occupy the same square?
Yeah, but yeah, technically not. But I'll assume since you're crouching
Okay.
down.
It's all right.
And...
I'll do it there. That's
Right.
fine.
Can you all make a stealth check? But you get advantage because you've gone through the undergrowth.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully. He says counting chickens. There ought to be a random movement script.
Yeah. Well, I'm just rolling this dice to see what happens here. Your move, guys.
So the one that we can see that's
God
closest.
damn it.
Yeah.
Could I? Okay, I'll say to the other guys, I've got an idea, guys. I could either message that one, whisper something as though I'm coming down or something like that to make him look up, and then we could dart for it, or I could minor illusion it, and
I can try controlling it or putting suggestion in its mind, but I need to be within 60 feet. It's too high at the minute. Could you try drawing it down with a minor illusion? Sort of create a body or a person just there so it swoops down?
or I could just make an image of a person run south for them to chase.
That, yes, would work.
I'll do that. So 30 feet. So okay, so I'll make someone appear. Where's the drawing thing gone? So they'll appear as though they run out of this doorway here, and they'll run somewhere over there, and I'll make them appear to fall over.
Okay.
So it'll be looking like it's prone and wriggling on the floor, trying to get up. And as it falls, I'll say, "Wait for them to take the bait, and then we'll run."
Okay, so you've made is there a save? If creature uses to actually examine the sound, it can determine. Right, okay. So whereby it's there, is it?
Yeah.
So that thing makes a squawk and makes a dive for it.
And while it's doing that, we'll run straight up to the next building on the top there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, which way are we going? Down this alley or up there?
It's spotted.
Are we dashing?
Do we need to move
What-
now, Steve?
What are you guys doing?
So if we can get into that house on the corner, we'll just dive through the door. But I can't see off the side of the map whether it's.
No, let's assume the doors have been barricaded on that one.
Well,
I guess we'll
There
just
is-
dive down the alley to the left there. Then
there's a door here.
is that a door or a chimney?
That's a chimney breast.
I think we just give it a go. Does it look like the hawk thing has taken the bait that it's
Well,
occupied over
that one there has just swooped down to here.
there? Okay,
You've got a very small window of opportunity because
I'm going to start sprinting.
save
That was the plan.
Yeah.
It still thinks it's there, even though it's quite literally on top of it. It still thinks that whatever you got there was not real.
Cool.
Okay, you've managed to scarper off out of the area and into the townhouse where the teleportation is.
Excellent.
So climbing up into the attic, you find the teleportation circle.
Yeah. So
And you were
quickly,
then-
we don't have time to explain. We have to get back to Waterdeep right now.
You've got to tell me something. She says, what's going on?
Did you see
You've
the
got a
message in the
flash
sky?
token, haven't you?
Sorry,
Yeah.
which one of you?
So yeah, I'll like rummage in my bag. Yeah, good point, Benjin, and like show the Harper's token.
Yeah. I know you are. Yeah. What's the rush? What's going on outside? What do I tell
Our
the rest of the
mission-
Harpers?
Our mission was a success. We're trying to draw the giants away from the city.
So we send a
Okay.
message sending them north. We need to get this back to Waterdeep so that we can get north, find a dragon, and persuade it to fight for us to basically end this attack, to save Neverwinter.
Okay. I like your thinking. How exactly are the giants going to know to stop the attack?
Well, I left a massive sign in the sky saying, "We've headed to the spine of the world. We've got the dragon orb. Come get us."
Okay. Hopefully that works. Very well.
If you hear anything else that any signs that they're not following it, or you need more help, send a message through the Harpers, and I'm sure it'll get to us.
Okay. It just sounds like hell out there. That's all.
I don't know what we can do against it at this point. We need some bigger reinforcements, is our thinking.
I'll try and get a message to someone else in the Harpers. Maybe they can tell the giants it's left or something.
Waterdeep were attempting communication with the giant castle there. Maybe we can get a message that way as well.
Okay. All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
So she guides you to the circle on the top of the attic, and you stand in the middle of the circle. And she goes, "Well, you choose where you wish to go."
Waterdeep.
Yeah, Waterdeep.
With a swirl and a stomach-wrenching pull worse than going into the paintings, you found yourself again in the dank crypt of the Waterdeep City of the Dead, where the teleportation circle was there.
Are our horses still in that room?
No. There's no sign of your horses in there.
Okay, so we will. Are there any of the other Harpers there or anything?
So as soon as you activate the teleportation circle, the young Harper girl who was running it comes and sees you and goes, "Oh, you're back again. Oh, it's all right. It's just you. How'd it go?"
Good. We got what
Successful.
we needed. But Neverwinter is under attack.
Oh dear. Oh dear, that is bad. I would suggest. I don't know. Oh dear, that's bad. Well,
It is bad.
off you go.
It is.
Whatever you're doing, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. We may well be back very soon.
Your horses, I towed them up outside.
Thank you. You might want to put a sign on here, by the way, saying no horses if you're going to.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I didn't think, I was a bit overwhelmed with the new people, so I kind of made a bit of a mistake. You don't really want to take horses through anywhere, to be fair. You know.
Well, it was our first time too.
Yeah. Okay. Very sorry about that.
Very good.
Anyway, yes, your horses are outside in the cemetery.
Cool.
In the cemetery? What the fuck happens to them on the way back?
I was like, "Whoa, Benjin, it's okay. That's where we are. It's in the crypt. That's where we are currently."
Oh, okay.
He's obviously got a bit disoriented. This happens to him all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so you emerge out of the crypt into the City of Dead, and there, fair enough, are your 3 horses tied up, all 3 happily munching on the grass next to the gravestones.
I'll pat White Star on the nuzzle and jump up on him, and we'll be off. Let's go and find Captain Aldestra. She's normally at the centre of things. She might have some ideas about what to do next.
So the clouds have cleared here, and again you can see the castle, but the castle is not directly above the city like the one in Waterdeep was. It does appear to be slightly out towards the docks.
Okay.
And there doesn't seem to be any sense of panic at the moment.
Okay.
Okay, so off to see Aldestra.
Yeah. Oh. But Steve,
sorry.
First.
Yes, no, I have to go get a book off the shelf.
Ooh.
Because I suddenly need some data about Waterdeep. So, which way are you guys heading?
So, I think we'll head for either the captain of the guards, wherever we think Aldestra is likely to be, with a view to then possibly, I guess we maybe need to talk to the council, to the Lord's Alliance potentially.
So Aldestra was captain of Dockward.
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of here at this point, and of course Dockward is to the south. But the castle, which is where most of the council and such like that you know about, is here. So you're not that far away from it, actually.
So the castle would probably be on our way to Dockward anyway, so it might be worth us stopping there first.
Yeah.
Okay. So you head through the City of Dead into Castle Ward. The castle grounds, which is where you is a buzz with activity, just as much as it was when you left, when you were there last time. There's plenty of griffin riding cavalry are prepping and heading up into the air. Soldiers are on guard. There's definitely a more kind of, just like last time, there's this slight air of tension and a more feeling that people are on edge.
I'm going to really keep my eye out for that dick. What was his name? Bran or whatever it was. I'm going to be on extra guard of him.
Make a perception check.
Just on the off chance that perception. There we go.
So, making your way through town, you keep a beady eye out, and you don't seem to see anyone following you or any sign of Bran that you can see.
Well,
so,
no sign is a good sign.
Yeah. You head to Castle Waterdeep, and as I said, you are greeted by the city guards who at first ask you your business.
We need to talk to the Lord's Alliance. We have urgent matters concerning an attack on Neverwinter.
Well, he looks at you and goes, "Weren't you the guys who?"
Save the
What's
city
the
from the
castle?
Modrons, yes.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I forgot about them. Can you? He pulls you into that kind of the courtyard and asks you to stand to one side and wait. It's not long before a rather senior-looking member of the city watch comes over and goes, and it's the guy who actually instructed you earlier, who gave you the instructions to go to the castle a few days earlier.
Mm-hmm. Is he looking more
Go.
impressed with us now? Or is he still...
No, he still looks pretty unimpressed with you. What do you think we want now?
There's an attack happening right now on Neverwinter. The castle that was said to be a feint on the instructions, it looks like they're doing that feint right now, and it's a pretty convincing attack.
No, we know that. That's why
Yeah,
we're
the feint
sending.
was here.
Yeah, that's why we're sending Griffin cavalry up. We've managed to make contact with the castle, though. So why are you here?
Because we have the thing they're looking for. We're
What?
drawing them away.
Okay.
We left a message indicating we were heading north, and we've now headed here where we thought probably worth keeping something.
Pinches the bridge of his nose. So the thing they were looking for, you've stolen, and how did you leave a message?
Massive, great sign in the sky.
So you didn't speak to anyone.
Well, given that there was an enormous number of vultures scurrying around trying to capture people, we thought it would be better to get this rather valuable artifact back here before anything untoward happened, and we left them with an even more great and serious power.
Okay. And what is it they were after?
I'll look at him.
Just remind me, what's your rank again?
He is a captain of the city district, of the castle district. So he had the same rank as Aldestra.
think
You
we
can
need
tell, though,
someone
that-
higher than him.
You can tell, though, he is very stressed at this point. You can tell things aren't going. He seems to be under a lot of pressure from what you can see.
Let's just say we've got a very powerful artifact that would aid this cause massively, and we're happy to allow you to take credit for sending us to retrieve this, if that helps. If that means we can get an audience with someone senior, I think this needs a more someone more senior to make a decision about what we do with this.
As you're talking, you can hear this kind of heavy clump kind of behind you, like a heavy footsteps. And so the captain is talking to you, kind of goes, stands to attention all of a sudden. My lord?
I will
Behind.
turn around
yeah,
and
kind of.
bow my head and say, "My lord."
My lord.
So a very finely dressed man stands behind you. And he kind of waves off. He goes, I'm don't worry. I'm no one, just lending assistance." But behind him is this kind of golem-like thing that seems to have like been made out of both armor and wood, and like stomping around as like a bodyguard. None of you three recognize him, actually. So, these the three gentlemen, or heroes of Waterdeep, was that the phrase I heard used? Saved us from the Modrons?
One of our many names. But
Many
yes.
appellations.
Very nice to meet you. I've met your comrades at a party once.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Comrade's a strong word.
I thought they worked rather admirably.
Comrades
They,
is what we've always considered them to be.
And you are?
My lord.
I am trying to find his name in the book, is what I'm trying to do. Damn it.
Yes, we've got off pieced enough.
Oh, you bastards. Anyways. So if you just want to keep yourself busy for a moment. What's that? Oh, I get a message of Andy taking the piss now with the phone.
We need a musical interlude.
So, gentlemen, my name is Lord Zelran Roaringhorn. Pleasure to meet you, acquaintance.
Zelran.
Roaringhorn.
I wonder what his skills are.
Good at playing the trumpet.
I thought I would lend a hand round here at the City Watch at this time. I overheard you have some important news you'd like to pass on to the Lord's Alliance.
That's right. But
Can I do a history check to see if Roaring Horn family name?
Yep, you can.
I think we'd probably all be thinking that.
History.
Oops.
Yeah. I know everything.
He does.
Yes, the Roaring Horns are a major family in Waterdeep. You have heard of them before. They are traders, particularly rich. Lives in the North Ward. You will have known of because it has a particularly large house, and you know they are known. They're famous for breeding horses.
Okay, so I'd kind of know he's of a sufficiently high rank of an ability to be someone to be trusted with this information.
Yes.
Right.
And you also know that he's famous for having the Shield Guardian, which is this kind of robotic, kind of hulking great suit of armor that magically walked around with him at all times.
Which we could do with right now, given our what we're carrying.
I'll say to him that we need to show you what we found, but this probably isn't the right place. Is there somewhere more private we could go?
Yes. I'm sure the guards here. Well, we can easily find a room in the castle. Not a problem.
Then I suggest
So
we do that.
he leads you in and takes you to a private quarters, like a meeting room with a table. Sits down, and he's this thing, this like shield guard, never strays more than like 6 feet away from him. Just follows him silently at all times.
Okay.
If you'd like to explain.
Well, we managed to acquire an artifact that we think might help us against the giants. And I'll reach into my bag and put it on the table in front of us.
He raises a big eyebrow at this point, looking at this item.
So does he recognise it without being told what it is?
He appears to, yes.
I'll say you.
Or at least
recognise
appears
this,
to
then?
recognise it. If it is what I think it might be, then yes.
Our intelligence indicated this orb is the reason why the giants were attacking Neverwinter.
It's what they're after.
By taking it out of the city and leaving a false message, we are attempting to lure them away.
Well then, may I suggest you leave Waterdeep as well?
Indeed, I believe that is the eventual plan.
May I request this is not an eventual plan, but an immediate plan? As soon as anyone else finds out you have this item, I'm sure several people will be after it very soon. If this is what I think it is, and I think actually it might be better if I don't know. If you don't confirm what it is to me.
Very well. I'll tuck it back in the knapsack.
We've managed to make some contact with the giants of this castle, and they don't appear to be as aggressive as their counterparts in Neverwinter. But we shall try and get a message via these giants that the item has been absconded out of Neverwinter and is heading towards where?
Well, we told them it was heading north towards the spine of the world on the grounds that it was the opposite direction to the one that we were intending on going.
May I suggest some more depth to the lie, a few more details then?
Absolutely.
Where would you suggest taking this into?
Skyreach Castle, or the ruins thereof.
Yeah.
We believe the giants are already interested in the place.
If the giant in charge of the castle in Neverwinter is who we think it is, then that is a perfect ruse.
And who is it that you think is up there?
We think it is a cloud giant called Blathogus. Blathogus? Yes. Have I got that right?
If it's meant to be you, I think it is, yes.
And I believe Skyreach Castle once belonged to him.
Yes, I hear a group of particularly handsome adventurers infiltrated.
Didn't they have a really successful sorcerer? Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing what one of those actually looks like. You don't see them around very often.
Successful sorcerers, yeah.
Yes.
You know, ones that deal lots of damage. Sorry, we're getting sidetracked. So, is your impression then that Blagothgus could be more of an ally? That there are splinters between the various giant factions?
I believe so. From what we're hearing, is the giants are all less more working independently. This means chaos, but does mean we may be able to send certain giants against others.
That took longer than I thought.
Has Andy just come back?
Yeah.
Yeah. It appears that oh God, I cannot say his name, can I?
Blagothgus.
Blagothgus is maybe not as enamoured with his sons as it would first seem.
Hence the books on family relations.
I really should have picked one of those up.
Well then, gentlemen, I assume you will be leaving Waterdeep post haste. I do not particularly want that item. Pointing at it's in my city for very much longer.
This may sound like a stupid question, but do you have any idea how we could potentially either use it to good effect to put an end to this giant incursion, or to destroy it if it is too powerful a thing to have for anyone to have? Is there someone in the city that might know that we could talk to discreetly?
I can mention it to the Magus and Protectorist Guild and the members of the Blackstaff Tower.
If we can do that discreetly, that might be sensible.
I will investigate on your behalf because I think this is an item which should not be put in the wrong hands.
No. So is there anything you can do to help us travel elsewhere?
Or anything you can do to help disguise it, so that it's less likely that if we were
Exactly
for some reason.
I would suggest just moving quickly.
Very well. We'll keep moving quickly then. See ya.
Well,
how will we contact you?
We need a Formula One horse.
We do.
Just send a letter to my estate if you need to contact me. I'm sure I will get the message.
And if you're able to glean some information, you could perhaps find someone to send it to us.
Yes, I have merchants and workers up and down the Sword Coast. I'm sure I'll be able to get one of my employees to send a message to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Now, I don't mean to sound rude, but I suggest you get that item out of here as soon as possible. And I also suggest you don't stay in Waterdeep too long, because I believe you upset one Bran Blackwater.
Yes.
Xanhorn will grit his teeth.
I've been keeping an eye on him after that poisoning incident, and I believe he has left the city, as I haven't seen him for a couple of days, but he's still a lord.
Yeah.
Is there a way to strip a lordship?
There is, but it is long and complicated, and I believe the standing of you three is not enough to strip him.
Not enough yet.
Anyway, I bid you good day, gentlemen, and the best of luck.
Thank you.
Good day.
Benjin will do like some massive, hugely over the top, like when Rimmer does a salute.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Brilliant. Okay, well, we need to get our horses. I think it might be worth talking to what's his name? The dragon expert who's in this list of people, which isn't very well ordered. Chasworth Xanhorn, might be worth talking to him because he did at least seem to know quite a bit about this.
He was a moron.
He was, but he does know a lot about dragons. It's either that or we just ride for Norbone and see what we can do to persuade her.
He did tell us that you need to be a good performer, but not excellent, so you're not kept in her personal menagerie. Alvan heritage was a plus.
Yeah.
I would suggest you warm your vocal cords up, my friend.
La 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 la. They're always warm.
Okay, I think that's where we call it a night, guys.
Cool.
Because it's gone 10 o'clock.
Right.
That was good.
Good game, good game.
Until next time.
Indeed. So, dear listeners, or watchers. Yeah, I imagine the Masters of Fate will be back next week, and probably for the next couple of weeks, because Benjin here has got some very important things he's got to do.
I've still got time.
No, there's no getting out of it. Anne's a lovely and very lucky lady.
Barbarian S.
That's it. Cool. Okay, well, to our watchers, listeners, we'll probably see you guys in a few weeks, and the Masters of Fate will be back next week for more crazy action.
Cool.
Good night.
Good night, all.
Good night.